To one who has faith, no explanation is necessary. To one without faith, no explanation is possible. There is nothing on this earth more to be prized than true friendship. Fear is such a powerful emotion for humans that when we allow it to take us over, it drives compassion right out of our hearts. The study of philosophy is not that we may know what men have thought, but what the truth of things is. Friendship is the source of the greatest pleasures, and without friends, even the most agreeable pursuits become tedious. How is it they live in such harmony, the billions of stars, when most men can barely go a minute without declaring war in their minds? Beware the man of a single book. Love unites by making what is loved as agreeable to the lover as if it were himself or a part of himself. Rarely affirm, seldom deny, always distinguish. Sorrow can be alleviated by good sleep, a bath, and a glass of wine. Wonder is the desire of knowledge. I would rather feel compassion than know the meaning of it. I would hope to act with compassion without thinking of personal gain. We must love them both, those whose opinions we share and those whose opinions we reject, for both have labored in the search for truth, and both have helped us in finding it. Better to illuminate than merely to shine, to deliver to others contemplated truths than merely to contemplate. The soul is like an uninhabited world that comes to life only when God lays his head against us. The things that we love tell us what we are. Most men seem to live according to sense rather than reason. Anger looks to the good of justice. The happy man in this life needs friends. Favor is a freely chosen and willing love, open only to reasoning creatures, and charity, literally holding dear, is a perfect form of love in which what is loved is highly prized. The science of mathematics treats its object as though it were something abstracted mentally, whereas it is not abstract in reality. Nothing can be known save what is true. In accepting or rejecting opinions, a man must not be influenced by love or hatred of him who offers the opinions, but only by the certainty of the truth. Love is a binding force by which another is joined to me and cherished by myself. While injustice is the worst of sins, despair is the most dangerous, because when you are in despair, you care neither about yourself nor about others. Here is no virtuous moderation, no measurable mean. The more extreme our activity, the better we are. The human mind may perceive truth only through thinking, as is clear from Augustine. Friendship makes you feel as one with your friend. The light of faith makes us see what we believe. The evangelical doctrine has sublimity of strength. Man should not consider his material possessions as his own, but as common to all, so as to share them without hesitation when others are in need. It must be said that charity can, in no way, exist along with mortal sin. Faith presupposes natural knowledge, even as grace presupposes nature, and perfection supposes something that can be perfected. To convert somebody, go and take them by the hand and guide them. Well-ordered self-love is right and natural. Mercy without justice is the mother of dissolution. Justice without mercy is cruelty. Man cannot live without joy. That is why one deprived of spiritual joys goes over to carnal pleasures. Three things are necessary for the salvation of man: to know what he ought to believe, to know what he ought to desire, and to know what he ought to do. The person who truly understands love could love anyone. Happiness itself, being a perfection of the soul, is a good inherent in the soul, but that in which happiness consists, or the object that makes one happy, is something outside the soul. Final and perfect happiness can consist in nothing else than the vision of the divine essence. Man is not perfectly happy so long as something remains for him to desire and seek. Thus the sun, which possesses light perfectly, can shine by itself, whereas the moon, which has the nature of light imperfectly, sheds only a borrowed light. It has become the fashion to talk about mysticism, even to pose as mystics, and, need it be said, those who talk the most on such subjects are those who know the least. By nature, all men are equal in liberty, but not in other endowments. Our manner of knowing is so weak that no philosopher could perfectly investigate the nature of even one little fly. Temperance is simply a disposition of the mind which set bounds to the passions. The times are never so bad that a good man cannot live in them. He who is not angry when there is just cause for anger is immoral. Knowledge depends on the mode of the knower, for what is known is in the knower according to the measure of his mode. The splendor of a soul in grace is so seductive that it surpasses the beauty of all created things. The perfection of any power is determined by the nature of its object. Not everything that is more difficult is more meritorious. The slenderest knowledge that may be obtained of the highest things is more desirable than the most certain knowledge obtained of lesser things. To bear with patience wrongs done to oneself is a mark of perfection, but to bear with patience wrongs done to someone else is a mark of imperfection and even of actual sin. Which of the quotes do you like the most? Please leave a comment and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.